Hello and welcome. Today let's talk about one of the reputed professional qualifications in India, Cost and Management Accountancy. Once qualified, you would be a Cost and Management Accountant, CMA in short. People are usually aware of CAs, but very few know about CMAs, who are also the key contributors to the domain finance, especially in the field of costing and management. Myself being a CMA, I thought why not make a video on this topic and create awareness about this profession. So in this video, we are going to have a deeper understanding of this profession, Cost and Management Accountancy. This video is useful for students of class 10 or 12 because this would give you an insight into one of the professional courses that you may want to pursue after your 12th. 2, if you are someone who is interested in or planning to pursue this course. 3, for CMA students, that is those who are already registered for this course. 4, if you are a qualified CMA, then this can be a quick refresher for you. 5, if you are someone who is into any other domain, then this video would help you have a general awareness about this key profession. For ease of understanding, the topic is divided into 4 different sections. Section 1 is about the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, the profession, Cost and Management Accountancy, and the professionals, Cost and Management Accountants, CMAs. Section 2 is about career opportunities for CMAs. Here we are also going to talk about CMA campus placement. Section 3 focuses completely on this CMA course. Here we are going to understand the process of admission to this course, latest syllabus, course fee, examination, and so on. Basically, this section would give you key information about this CMA course. Last section, section 4, is about membership, which gives you the privilege to use the title ACMA or FCMA. Here, we are also going to understand the difference between these two titles. The topic is vast, but to keep this video not very lengthy, I have covered only the key information. So if you want to have a deeper understanding of the CMA course, you can go through the prospectus. The link is in the description. Let's start with section 1. First, about the institute. The Institute of Cost Accountants of India, which was earlier the Institute of Cost and Works Accountants of India, ICWAI, was established in the year 1944 as a registered company under the then Companies Act to promote, regulate and develop the profession of cost accountancy. In 1959, it became the statutory professional body under an Act of Parliament, that is under the Cost and Works Accountants Act 1959, with an objective to regulate the profession of cost and management accountancy in India. The institute is in the administrative control of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. In 2012, the institute was renamed as the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. As of now, it is also known as ICMAI. ICWAI, ICMAI or the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, all are one and the same. If we talk about the network of the institute, there are 90,000 plus qualified CMA professionals, 500,000 plus CMA students. The institute is headquartered at Kolkata with another office at New Delhi. There are 4 regional councils at North, South, East and West, that is at Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata and Mumbai. 113 chapters across India, 61 CMA support centers, 2 centers of excellence. There are 382 recognized oral coaching centers, 11 overseas centers and 112 examination centers. The institute is also a member of various associations like IFAC, CAPA, SAFA, FICCI, CII, ASSOCHAM and so on. It is the largest CMA body in Asia and second largest in the world. Talking about the profession Cost and Management Accountancy, it was earlier known as Cost and Works Accountancy. The core strengths of the profession are Cost and Management Accounting, Auditing and Assurance, Cost Benefit Analysis, Direct and Indirect Tax Management, Business Valuation, Management Control Systems and so on. Now about professionals, CMAs, Cost and Management Accountants. CMAs were earlier known as CWAs, Cost and Works Accountants. CMAs are also known as cost accountants. So CMA, CWA, ICWA, cost accountant are synonyms. Career opportunities can be classified into 4 broad heads: employment, practice, consultancy services and administrative services. We'll go through each of these starting with employment. If we talk about job opportunities for qualified CMAs, some of the fields can be cost and management accounting and financial accounting, taxation, audit and internal control, banking, risk management, financial analysis and so on, where CMAs can hold top management positions like CEO, CFO, MD, finance director, financial controller, cost controller and so on. As per the latest CMA campus placement program, more than 60% of students are recruited in both public and private sector organizations. Average CTC is 12 lakh per annum and highest CTC being rupees 28 lakh per annum. Off-campus placements also happen, and this could be in the range between 85 and 90%. Various sectors where CMAs could be placed are automobile, metal and mining, FMCG, IT, tourism, construction, consultancy, banking, logistics, you get it. In short, opportunities exist everywhere. Here is a list of few participating companies. If we talk about academia, being a qualified CMA, you can be a research analyst, dean, professor and so on. Moving on to practice, you can be an auditor, that is you can do cost audit, internal audit, forensic audit, special audit under indirect taxes and so on. You can be an insolvency professional, a registered valuer, tax consultant, and latest to the list is inventory valuation as per Income Tax Act and so on. If you would like to know more about this new avenue for CMAs, inventory valuation, you may consider watching my earlier video. The link is in the top right corner. Talking about the next realm, consultancy services, CMAs can offer consultancy services in various fields like cost management, budgetary control, project report preparation, system analysis and design and so on. If we talk about administration services, qualified CMAs can be part of Indian Cost Accounts Services, Indian Administrative Services, IAS, IRS, IFS and so on. CMA course is a 3-level course starting with Foundation, Intermediate and Final. Let's now talk about admission to the course. After you pass class 10, you are eligible for admission to Foundation. Once you pass class 12, you are eligible to appear for exam. Remember, after class 10, you are eligible for admission, but you are eligible to write exam only after you complete your 12th. After you pass Foundation, you are eligible for registration to Intermediate or Inter. Alternatively, there is also a direct admission to Inter. That is, if you are a graduate, an engineer, or if you have completed CA Inter and so on, you can directly get yourself registered to Inter. Once you pass Intermediate, you are eligible to enroll for Final. When we talk about mode of admission, you can get yourself admitted to this course online using online student registration system. You can find the link of this in the description. Here you need to select the appropriate course, fill up the application, upload required documents and make payment to get yourself admitted to any level of CMA course. Alternatively, offline admission is also possible. That is, you would be required to visit any of the nearest regional council office, chapter, oral coaching center or CMA support center. The process is same. That is, you would be required to fill up the application, attach required documents, make payment to get yourself registered to CMA course. If we talk about last date for admission, exams are held in 2 terms, June and December. And for June term, last date for admission is 31st Jan and for December it is 31st July. For instance, if you want to appear for exam in June 2024, then you have to complete this admission process on or before 31st Jan 2024. Let us now talk about the syllabus. Latest syllabus is Syllabus 2022, which is effective from June 2023 onwards. It consists of theory and training, except for foundation, which is theory based. Let's first talk about theory, starting with foundation. There are 4 papers. Topics are economics, accounting, law, math and statistics. Then intermediate. Here you have 2 groups, 4 papers in each group. Some of the topics would be financial and cost management, law and taxation, operations management and so on. Then CMA final. This is also similar to intermediate, where you have 2 groups, 4 papers in each group. Some of the topics would be strategic cost and financial management, financial reporting, taxation, advanced level. Out of the 4 papers, 1 is an elective paper and you need to select any topic amongst 3, that is performance management and valuation, risk management or entrepreneurship and startup. To study these theory papers, you would be required to undergo coaching. So let's now talk about coaching. When it comes to coaching, there are 2 options: postal, which is also known as e-learning, and oral coaching. Whether it is postal or oral coaching, study materials would be given by the institute. But if you would like to have an in-depth knowledge about any particular topic, then you can go through the list of books which are recommended by the institute. Here is the list of recommended books. You can find the link of this in the prospectus. First, let us talk about postal coaching. Here you can either do self-study or go for private coaching. You will have to answer postal test papers, after which you would be able to obtain coaching completion certificate. This is crucial because only after you have this certificate, you would be able to give your exam. The institute also offers certain value-added services like e-library, online mock test, etc., which you can make use of. One important thing to remember here is, if you are an international student, that is, if you stay somewhere outside India and if you want to pursue this course, then the only option for you is to go for postal coaching. To put it differently, you can't opt for oral coaching. Let's now talk about oral coaching. Here you will have to attend classes in any of the nearest regional council, chapter, oral coaching center or CMA support center having coaching facilities. Here also you need to obtain coaching completion certificate, after which you would be able to write your exam. Oral coaching students can also make use of value-added services like e-library, mock test, etc. One more thing that I have come across recently is the institute is also conducting online coaching classes, but as of now I am not sure if this is open to all students. If you are interested, you can explore about this. Let's now talk about training. This is applicable to both CMA Inter and CMA Final students. Let's first talk about CMA Inter. CMA Inter students are required to complete something called skills training. Basically, you are going to learn about SAP, MS Office, e-filing and soft skills, that is communication or interpersonal skills. These training sessions would be conducted online by certified trainers and domain experts. There would be an online assessment test in the form of MCQ, multiple choice questions, for 100 marks, and you have to secure a minimum of 50% marks. When do you have to complete this skills training course? If you are planning to attempt for both the groups or if you are attempting for the remaining group, then you have to complete this. For instance, let's say you have completed group 1 and you are now attempting for group 2 or vice versa, or let's say you are attempting for both group 1 and group 2 together, then you need to complete this skills training before you write your exam. Let's now talk about training for CMA final students. There are 3 different training programs. First, 7-day industry-oriented training program. Here you would be learning about compliance requirements in the field of accounting, taxation, cost audit, management, banking, etc. Soft skills training, you would learn about business etiquette, communication and drafting, presentation skills, interview skills, etc. Out of 7 days, 1 day is dedicated for industry or factory visit to help you have practical exposure. Next, 15-month practical training. As the name suggests, you have to undergo practical training for a period of 15 months with a practicing cost accountant or a firm of cost accountants in recognized areas like accounting, auditing, taxation, law, banking, insolvency, valuation, etc. It is better to start this practical training at the time when you register for CMA Inter, because by the time you complete this, you would be eligible to write your CMA final exam. One important thing to remember is you are exempt from this 15-month practical training if you have an equivalent work experience. When do you have to complete these training programs? This is similar to skills training, that is, if you are attempting for both the groups or if you are attempting for the remaining group, then before you can give your exam, you have to complete these training programs. Next, 12-day pre-placement orientation training program. This is applicable for CMA final pass out students. This is a kind of refresher course for you where you would be learning about resume writing, tips to crack interview, presentation skills, communication skills, etc. Basically soft skills refresher, advanced Excel, ERP, basic concepts like accounting, law, cost sheet preparation, cost accounting standards, IND AS, taxation, audit, BFSI, valuation, insolvency, etc. The objectives of having these training programs are: 1. To enhance your employability skills so that you would be able to grab employment or other professional opportunities. To create situation for you so that you can have practical work experience, and also to make you industry ready. In addition to this, the institute would also conduct various workshops for both CMA Inter and final students, where technical sessions would be conducted on various topics like data analytics, forensic audit, financial modeling, preparation of cost audit reports, and so on. The crux here is you have to complete skills training before you write your CMA Inter exam. For CMA final students, you have to complete this 7-day training program and 15-month practical training before you give your CMA final exam. And this 12-day training program is applicable for CMA final pass out students, that is after your exam and before placement. Let us now talk about course fee. Whether you opt for postal or oral coaching, course fee is going to remain the same. For foundation, it is rupees 6,000. For Inter, rupees 23,100, and for CMA final, it is rupees 25,000. Inter and final students also have an option to pay this fee in 2 installments. If you would like to know more about this installment facility, and also if you want to know the complete fee structure, you may go through the prospectus. The link is in the description. Another important thing to remember is the institute also offers financial aid and scholarships. For instance, institute offers financial assistance in the form of monthly payments to meritorious students who are economically challenged. Then 100% fee waiver or refund for physically challenged, that is differently abled students. 75% fee waiver for students in northeastern states of India. Then fee waiver scheme for students in Kashmir. Here waiver can range from 50 to 100%. Then there are government scholarship schemes, minority scholarship schemes, etc. If you would like to know more about these financial aids and scholarships, you can go through the prospectus. The link is in the description. Let's now talk about examination. Exams are held twice in a year, June and December, and this is not online. So you can choose any convenient examination center in India or overseas as applicable to you. Minimum passing mark is 40% and aggregate is 50%. Let's say you attempt for 4 papers, and in paper 1, let's say you secure 50 marks, in paper 2 40, 60 and 50. So here you have secured minimum 40% in each of the 4 papers. So aggregate here is 50%, which is the minimum requirement. One important thing here is if you score 60 or more marks in any paper, you get something called exemption. Now what is the use of this exemption? Now considering our same example, in paper 3 you have secured 60 marks. Let's say in any of the other paper, if you have not scored the minimum 40 marks, let's say you have scored 35, then in that situation you would not be required to rewrite the paper in which you have obtained exemption, provided you complete the remaining papers within the next 3 terms. CMA membership is open for all CMA final passed out students, and this membership can be obtained online. Here is the application form. You can find the link of this in the description. You need to fill up this application form, upload required documents and make the payment. Now there are two levels as far as membership is concerned. First level is associate membership. If you have 3 years of work experience, then you can become associate member. In this 3-year work experience, 15-month practical training would also be included. Once you become the associate member of the institute, you can start using the title ACMA. Next level is fellow membership. If you have additional 5 years of work experience, or if you are into practice for a minimum of 5 years, then you can become a fellow member of the institute and start using the title FCMA. This is the difference between ACMA and FCMA. This was all about the CMA course that I wanted to cover in this video. If you want to have a deeper understanding of this course, you can go through the prospectus. The link is in the description. Hope this was informative. Thank you for watching.